Starting up at the top of the mat, inhaling your hands high. And then we're exhale this time wide around and reaching as far behind yourself as you can. Really opening through the chest, dropping the shoulders. Inhale through center. Drop the shoulders, open the chest, slide down the shoulder blades. 2 more. This time leave your hands directly out from the shoulders, lean forward into your toes. Drop your shoulders even more and take a couple circles through the fingertips. Exhale all the way down. Bring your hands around to the left side, clasping your fingers. Bring your ear over towards that same side shoulder with a little space between. Inhale up through center. Exhale up and over the other side. Inhale up, release your hands. Next inhale, bring your fingertips high, drop your ribs, reach even higher through your fingertips and draw a circle on the ceiling, creating space around your whole torso. Back, side, front, side. Other side, or other direction. And come to center, drop your elbows wide, palms open forward. And just 3 times inhale up, exhale, drop open. Release all the way down. Take a wide stance on your mat for side lunges. Exhaling towards your right foot, bring your right hand sweeping around and underneath. Your left arm above your left ear. Inhale through center. Exhale, change sides. One more on each side. Last one, we're going to shift to face the top of the mat. And just move back and forth a few times. Getting your hips acclimated, your hamstring, your psoas. Letting your breath guide a little more length and space. We're still in warm-up. Straighten your back leg a little more. Drop your hips. Plant your palms. We're going to quietly leap our back foot next to the front foot. And change sides on the exhale. Shifting around again. Get yourself time and space and breath. Let your chest sink forward, your gaze start to lift. And then straightening in the back leg, yet still dropping in the hips. On the next next inhale, we're gonna quietly spring our back foot up to the front foot. Sweep your arms back. Sit into a powerful pose. Bring your biceps up right next to your ears. 3 deep breaths. Sitting deeper, generating warmth. Inhale, tall. A little heart opening toward the sky. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, look forward. Exhale, plant your palms, leap or quietly step back into your plank. Elbow creases forward, chest opening forward. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let your chest sink forward, relax forward, let your head hang. 2 more deep breaths. On the next exhale, quietly leap or step your feet up between your hands. To inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold, clasping elbows and easing side to side a bit here. Release your hands to inhale, half forward fold once more. Exhale, bend your knees. Toes are going to be big toes slightly towards one another, maintaining that lift in your arch. Hands back and then ease into your seat as your biceps swing up next to your ears. 3 deep breaths. Sit a little deeper on an exhale. Inhale, tall. Exhale, sweep wide and down. Inhale, half. Exhale, plant your palms maybe next to your feet if you can get them there, and then float your weight into your palms and feet back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Looking forward, quietly step or jump, exhaling your feet between your hands. Inhaling, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold, holding the back of your legs wherever you can reach. Big sigh, bend your knees a little bit, and then extend, weight toward the toes, get a little more length in the hamstrings, in the calves. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, sit into your powerful pose. Sweep arms back, find a deeper seat. Float your arms up, staying low with your seat. Inhale, tall. Little heart opening back bend. And inhale, center. Exhale. Full forward fold, bending your right knee towards your right armpit, reaching forward with your left hand. 2 deep breaths. Change sides. Center, inhaling, half forward fold. Exhale, plant your palms. Weight into your hands, float your feet back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Squeeze through midline, powerful through the inner parts of your legs, the deep core. Exhale your chest a little further down, relaxing in the jaw and the back of the neck. Inhale up, Onto your tiptoes, curl through the hips, pelvic tilt forward, roll into your plank, and then roll back. We're just taking a few back and forth, very mindful through each part of your spine. Bringing your chest and your gaze forward at the top of your plank. Inhale, heels high from your down dog. Bring your knees to the wide edges of the mat for 2 deep breaths in child's pose. Inhale, way up, tuck your toes, bring yourself to kneeling, seated. We're gonna walk our way into plank, and then from there, take a little arm balance in crow. Once we're in crow, you can either keep your feet on the ground, if you take a moment to float your feet off the ground, or we're gonna try hopping back into our plank. So first, make your way forward. You're gonna just tiptoe forward until your knees are at your armpits. And if that's a little too intense for you, you can also bring an adjustment of just bringing your knees a little wide of your arms, and that's easier to hold your balance, a little less work on your core. If your knee is right there in your armpit, your bum is going to be a little higher in the air, and that lower abdomen is going to draw in a little more center. Holding deep breaths. Come down, we're going to come up once more. And this time, take 3 deep breaths wherever your crow pose is, and your feet could be on the ground, tippy toes, toes off the ground. Once you reach the 3rd exhale, it's up to you. Gently let yourself down and walk back into plank, or take the leap and just shoot your knees straight out, using that exhale to power your core, and come right into your plank. Starting, bring yourself forward, stay with your breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. And exhale to down dog. Pedaling a little bit. Bring yourself up onto tiptoe with your feet together in down dog. Bring your knees down to the mat and come back to seated. First, we're gonna take our feet flat. Take a couple deep breaths here. Rolling the shoulders, slowing the breath down. And just take a couple seated cat-cow-like movements through your spine. Really gonna suck your abdomen in, roll your shoulders forward, and then bring your hands towards your hips. Open throat and chest. 2 more. center. We're coming into camel pose. Your feet can be up on tiptoes and your hands can find your heels. Try and think about bringing your legs to be sort of powered up towards each other. You can even take a block and hold it between your thighs to create that power center, that activation through midline. I'm gonna have mine at this distance. It partly just depends on like how much leg muscle you have or what your body feels best in. So either from the tips of your feet, bringing your hips forward, opening the throat, and down. Hands link behind your spine, bring your forehead to the ground, roll a little forward on your head, fingers toward the sky. And back up. We're doing this a few times, and maybe now that you're warmed up, you might feel like coming to the tops of your feet, which just creates a little more opening in the chest. And really focus on tucking the hips forward and bringing the bum forward. Inhale up. And exhale. Down, link the fingers at the base of the spine, lower the head, roll forward, fingers toward the sky. And back up. Holding your heels, inhaling your hips forward, your heart, your throat. Exhale back down. Link your fingers, touch your hairline to the ground, roll forward. And back up, last one. Scoot your knees a little together if they've tried to travel apart, just because that's the course of least resistance. Holding your heels, tucking your pelvis forward, rolling up. Breathe. Exhale down. Tucking your chin as you move forward, hairline to mat, fingers linked and lift, roll forward. Breathe. Exhale, back down. Remove your block. Take 2 deep breaths, just sitting and adjusting. Maybe hydrate. Take your hands, either palms, or if you're needing a little more elevation or you want a break on your wrists, you can make a fist. We're gonna lift up onto just the tops of our feet. On the exhale, 1, 2, 3 breaths, and back down. Bring your hands a little further back. I started about at the middle of my quad. Now my hands are gonna go a little further back. Anchoring into the ground and lifting up for 3, 2, 1. Open the shoulders toward the sky. And release. This time we're gonna try and come through, and I'm still a little sticky on this. It's always okay to play, and sometimes it looks a little messy, and that's okay. We're gonna bring Fists or palms. I like fists because it gives me a little bit more lift to try and get my feet under me and then through. So you're gonna lift to where we just were, and then bring the feet forward. And you might just slide and push right forward. Sort of levitate your way through. Once you're to the ground, palms or fists. If you're on palms, fingers are forward. And we're gonna lift ourselves up. Bum's gonna come off the ground. Maybe heels stay on the ground, maybe they don't. For 3, 2, slowly down. 1, inhale up, fingers toward the sky, linked. Exhale, widen around. Maybe your palms fall to your shins, maybe they circle around your feet. You can give your knees a little bend and extend for a few deep breaths. Tuck your chin, get your spine a little length. One last exhale, forehead towards your shins. Slide your fingers back. We're going to lift again, and this time we're going to experiment with taking our feet a little wide and then crossing them. So plant your palms, lift your bum, maybe your heels, maybe cross your ankles. Bring your knees forward, stretch your hips, your psoas will open, chin lifts, and back down. Bring your feet back forward. Just the other direction now, so plant your palms again, lift your bum, lift your heels. Next ankle crosses on top, push your knees forward, push your hips forward. I come up onto my fingertips. Breathe. And exhale. Slide your ankles toward the opposite knee. And then slide your hands forward to stretch. Big sigh. Create space in the back of the neck, relaxation into the jaw and the forehead. Let that unclench its way into your deep hip joint area. Inhale, roll back up. If it's available to you, you can try stacking here as well. It's a little more challenging for me. My shins aren't always quite on top of each other, but that's the intention and that's what I'm working towards. So maybe your knee's up here, maybe it's flat on your lower foot. Wherever we all are. Take a breath, think about lowering the lower knee first, which creates a little more relaxation in the upper hip area. Some centering, grounding through the tailbone, anchors toward the earth, and then from there, let that space unfurl you forward. 3 breaths. Inhale slowly up to change sides. And we'll start crossing instead of stacking legs to warm into this side. Once again, inhale, nice and tall, anchoring the tailbone down. Exhale, slide forward. Relax into your shoulders. Allow some height all the way through the crown of the head. Inhale to lift and moving towards the stack, full fire lock on this side. Wherever you feel the most resistance, take the deepest breath. It's probably right in your hip capsule area back here, next to the glute med as well. First letting the bottom knee drop and think about that side. And then, big sigh of relief into the top knee, into the top hip. Hips become even. And then sliding forward, anchoring through the tailbone, extending through the crown of the head. Oh, big deep breath as any resistance might come up, any complaints from the body of you've not been paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to you now, babes. Big, deep release of whatever tension's been holding on there. Inhale to lift. Uncoil, we're gonna face the wider edge of the mat. For one more arm balance. Straddle stretch. Walk it out for a little bit. Knees bend and straighten back and forth a little bit. Now we're going to strengthen them up here in this extension first. Lean back, plant your palms, lift your toes and your heels and circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and forward. Shift around a little bit. Lean forward. Let's take a little straddle stretch before we move on. Extending your fingers as far as you can reach in front of you. Breathe space into the back of your neck. Exhale, lower down for 3, 2, 1. Let your belly drop. Inhale up, leading through the nose, chest, and then belly. Palms behind your legs. Plant your palms. Roll forward. See if you can lift your legs. 2, 3, 4, and cross your legs. Slide forward. Inhale up. Change sides. Slide forward. Inhale, lift. Turning towards the top of the mat again. We'll do 5 breaths of some upper body and arm strengthening before we come fully back to standing. We're planting our palms a little wider and elbows a little more out than your usual chaturanga position where your elbow creases are forward. Tuck your toes. Exhale into your down dog. You're going to inhale, roll forward, and then dive as if there's a round door here, a portal if you will, and you're going to dive through it and up, and then reverse That was 1, 2, slow reverse, 3, 4, 5, 5 your down dog. Bring your feet together. Take an extra exhale. On the next exhale, tiptoe your feet towards your hands. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms back. On the exhale, next inhale, sweep your arms up. Breathe for 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale. Arms wide, find your heart center, close your eyes, breathe for 3. Drop your hands, facing the wider edge of the mat. We're going to come into a balance flow. Open your chest, palms up toward the sky. Bring your palms to your heart. At the same time, float your right foot up over your left knee. As your left knee bends, sit into a figure 4 balance pose. Sometimes it's, if you have balance issues, for now, just find a wall. If you don't need that, just sit a little deeper, breathe. We're gonna inhale up. Exhale, find a curtsy. And maybe your curtsy sweeps into a little balance, a little dragon, and plant. Next side. Inhale your way up, left side. Sit into your awkward chair, figure 4 formation. Excuse me, not awkward chair. It's kind of an awkward chair in this leg. Breathe. Take a curtsy. Maybe you're on your toes, top of the foot, maybe a little balance. Now we're going to flow with it a little more quickly. Finding your figure 4. Sit deep. Inhale up. Exhale. Find your curtsy or balance. Change sides. Find your stretch. Sit into that balance and stretch. Inhale to move and exhale into your next form. Keep flowing. Change sides. I like to have my hands forward in that balance. When I'm down in dragon, that just helps me. So similar to pistol squat, that the more you put a little weight forward, it helps with the physics of the matter for you to stay aloft. Last one on each side. Actually, 2 more on this side. I'm gonna keep it even. Now last one on this side. And center, just lift one hip to the side, and then next, changing the ball and socket orientation deep within the hip a few times. And travel a little bit more back on your mat, facing the wider edge. Drop your hands at your sides. Palms reach up. Arc up and over towards that back of your mat. And step wide, palms to your hips. Slide even wider to Davy. Maybe your heels lift, maybe stick out the tongue. Heels plant. Lean back towards the top of your mat. We're gonna find triangle pose to then drop the upper hand down, face inwards on your mat. Pyramid pose, maybe your forehead reaches to your shin or just in that direction. Drop forward into your lunge. Finding a crescent. Bringing your palms down, side lunge. Bring center to garland. Breathe. Turn side to side. Travel to the next side. Lunge. Palms together. Face back towards the back of the mat. Low lunge. Bring your back foot towards you. Back into pyramid. Lower your forehead. Sweep your palm up into triangle. As if somebody's pulling on that upper hand, lift right into Davy. Maybe lift your heels and drop palms to your hips. Step a little closer together, hands high. Extend over towards the center of the mat. Inhale to lift. Release, widen down. Make your way down towards the mat. And take a cat-cow. We're gonna get more into the upper body here. Look up. Exhale, round. Find neutral. Inhale. Find an exhale into down dog. Next inhale, right foot floats high. Bring yourself forward onto your plank. Right knee comes to right tricep. Lift back up. Plant down. Change sides on the next inhale. Left foot lifts and extends toward left tricep. Lift back up and change sides. One more. Take child's pose. Or 2. Lift up. Watch me first for the next part, and if you're not familiar with this, before you get moving, it's hard to crane your neck and move at the same time in this position. So we're gonna exhale into down dog. Same thing, inhale, right foot high, bring knee to tricep. Now this time you're gonna roll your body forward, so your left elbow is gonna be ending up supporting your left hip. Your knee is coming right onto the top of that tricep as your elbows bend, and then you're lifting forward. Your head's kind of grazing the ground, and then maybe your back foot lifts. Maybe that right foot extends out. If you're so close to the mat with your head that if you lean forward and touch your head, it's not gonna hurt. Like I've just touched the mat while I was demonstrating, and it's sort of a little, it's like you're bobbing right there close to the ground, and it's like a little safety catch almost. So, inhaling, right foot high, roll forward, knee to elbow, let your elbows bend, and that left one ends up at the left hip. Maybe take your back foot off the mat, maybe extend your right. Shoot the right foot back to the mat. Find your down dog. Lower your knees, cat-cow. Inhale, open. Exhale to round. I'm demonstrating on the other side. I'll turn around just so that the camera and you can see me. Exhaling down dog. Inhaling 3-legged dog. Get that nice stretch. Bring knee to tricep. Drop elbows to hips. And this might be enough for you. The rest is just playful. See where you want to end up. And shoot back. I'll demonstrate on this side one time more in case you're playing with it. Inhale high. As you roll forward, elbows are coming closer to hip. Knee rests above the elbow. From there, it's just physics to float forward. Shift around. Take your time if you're experimenting. Get a sip of water. And we're going to make our ways onto our backs now. Sitting down, facing the top of the mat. Whew. Slowly roll down. Once your head safely reaches the mat, scoot your heels in right by your hips. Knees, ankles, hips lined up, and find your bridge pose. Maybe your fingers are holding or brushing your ankles. Really tuck that pelvis forward. Press the heels in, almost like the heels are trying to press through the floor up toward your rear end, which is a prompt I got from a sprinting coach. That's the whole propelling you area of the body. Exhale down, tuck your hips, hug your knees, extend your heels. Maybe you can hold the back of your legs, pretend you're walking on the ceiling. Maybe towards, so that your feet are over your face. One more bridge. Heels line up with hips. See if your fingers can hold or brush the ankles. Tuck the hips forward. Press the heels into the earth. And breathe for 3, 2, 1. Hug your shins once more. Walk along the ceiling. Bring your feet together. Gently press down on your legs, both down in the sense of towards your feet and towards the earth. We're either going to take one more bridge, or if it's in your wheelhouse, so to speak, taking a wheel. So check in with your body, especially your upper back, your shoulders. Ask if this is appropriate for you or if bridge would serve you better. And then when you've made your decision, either floating back up, holding this time for 6 breaths in bridge, really pressing the hips high. If you're taking wheel, fingertips toward your shoulders, tuck your hips, same position in your lower body as bridge, press up and breathe. Tuck your chin to release down, hug your knees. Maybe bring your nose up to your knees and back down. And we're going to bring our feet up above our face and then toward the ground, right above our head, supporting, holding your hips or pressing against the ground with your hands to rock. And maybe your toes touch the earth, maybe they're up here or up here. Just find a nice stretch on your spine and hamstrings, calves. Breathe. Stay tall in your throat so that you can breathe properly. And float up to queen pose, holding right at your kidney area with your hands. Float your heels right above your hips. Squeeze heels together for 3, 2, 1. Gently slide your lower body through your hands. Let yourself find the earth. Once your rear and your feet have found the ground, making a diamond with your hands under the base of your spine. Stretch your heels out together and then float your chest, your throat upwards, pressing your elbows into the ground. Fish pose. Release down your head, sliding back tall along the ground, feet together. Lift your rear to release your hands into goal post. Feet are finding the edge of the mat. To exhale, knees to the right, gaze to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale, big sigh. Maybe closing your eyes. And center, knees high, and then press your feet down, your hands upward. Find a full body stretch. Clasp your hands, press the lower back into the mat to create that power to float your limbs, your head off the mat. Squint your face around like you're tasting something really sour. Tense all the muscles you can find. Big exhale. Find a yawn. And then taking your fists, giving yourself a little massage on your forehead, closing your eyes, blocking out the light with your hands, resetting into your parasympathetic rest and digestion system. And you can also hum. Three more breaths, just making a tone. Massaging your forehead, maybe your ears. And then releasing your hands, dropping to the ground. Imagine you've got two warm stones being placed in your palms. Perhaps you're lying on warm sand, listening to the ocean lap next to you, listening to the breathing of the world, becoming aware of the space around you and the observer behind your eyes. For a few more deep breaths, even letting your breath go and merely being aware, being instead of doing, accepting, bathing in that sense of a higher power holding you. Aware of that envelope of space around your whole body where there is potential, infinite potential. And allowing a sense of you as a co-creator with that infinite potential, that infinite compassion. Choosing and accepting the gifts that are right there for you. The protection, the solace, the abundance, the belonging. And as you're ready, bring your knees up to your chest and rock side to side. Rolling over onto one side as you're ready. And supporting yourself up to seated.